Hello.
It's Ramsey Dewey over here in Shanghai, China. I am testing out YouTube's Go Live Together function, and I'm doing this with my daughter Eve. This is Eve in the lower box, and I don't know if you guys can hear or see what's happening on screen. So I'm clicking some buttons to see what's happening. Now,
My buttons
if
are
you can hear
broken.
me, what's that?
My buttons are broken.
Okay, don't worry about you don't need to press
Okay.
any buttons, Eve. So let's see here. I'm getting an ad on my screen here. That's okay. We can skip that. Okay, we've got at least one person watching the stream so far who says hello, hello.
Oh my.
So Jay's MMA says hello, hello, hello to you. Please let me know if you can hear the audio. If you can hear what we're saying, please let us know. You can hear us and see us. Excellent. All right. So this is the first time I'm testing out YouTube's Go Live Together function. This is my daughter Eve. She's joining me. We're going to talk for about 10 minutes or so, not a long podcast or anything. But yeah, this is a fairly new function on YouTube. I've never used it. I'm testing this out mostly because I've been trying to set up some podcasts with some guests that I would really like to talk to and introduce my viewers to, but I've had a lot of audio problems with a number of the video chat services that are available and popular out there. So I'm testing this one out to see if this is a viable, feasible way to do a podcast. Anyway, let's do a 10-minute Q&A. If you have questions for me or you want some input from my daughter Eve, we are here for you. Say hello, Eve.
Hello.
Okay, sweet. Rock and Roll Low Wife says the audio is a little choppy, but he can hear. Okay, I'm not excited about the fact that it's sounding a little bit choppy. So maybe Go Live Together is not a great option. And I think I know why it's probably sounding choppy, because I've got headphones, Eve does not. So my voice is coming out of the speakers that Eve is listening to right now, and there's some feedback. It's probably creating a feedback loop there. So, yeah. Anyway, let's do a quick Q&A here. We have a question from Brave Little Spidey who says, Eve, who makes the scripts for the movies? Who makes the dialogue? So apparently Brave Little Spidey is a fan of of those Skyrim parody videos that we've made. We have a couple more in the works. So Eve, who makes the scripts for those movies that we've done?
Honestly, it's both of us, I think. And sometimes we just all improvise when we're making the mini movies. We also just talk about it in random parks or sometimes and then add some like things that you want to talk about in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment of the process. So yeah, a lot of improvisation. Someone wants to know, does Eve play Skyrim and Oblivion?
Yes. I got like a PC 2 months ago and I've downloaded both of them and Morrowind. And me and my dad are both playing together.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls rocks, man, especially Elder Scrolls 3. So, yeah, you Sky babies out there who think Skyrim is the best thing ever, you're wrong. It's Morrowind, dude. It's Morrowind. Captain America says, hi, can I join the live stream as well? As far as I know, Go Live Together only supports 2 people at a time, but maybe in the future, Captain America, maybe in the future we can have a chat over this Go Live Together thing and see how that goes. So let's see. We have another question for Eve from Jay's MMA, who says, Eve, are you going to be a beast like your dad when you grow up?
I will be a human, not really a beast. I don't know if the future has like potions to turn me into a beast or anything, but we'll find out. I don't think my father's a beast though. He's very much human to me.
I'm very much a human being. You ever see that old movie, A Man Called Horse, where at the end he says, the actor delivers such a great line. He says, "I am not an animal. I'm a human being." Man, does anybody else remember A Man Called Horse? Just me? Eve hasn't even seen that movie. And I make it a point to educate Eve on a lot of the old classics like 2001 Space Odyssey. And do you remember when we watched that, Eve?
Oh,
Anyway,
yes, I do.
okay. Van Kess says, "Hey Ramsey, I have a Shark Tank tomorrow for a fight. Any advice on how to survive?" Okay, Shark Tank, relax, keep breathing, try to be the guy on top, whether literally, if the rules allow it, or figuratively. Relax, keep breathing, try to be the guy on top. Yep. As far as Shark Tanks goes, when you fight multiple guys, one after the other, after the other, after the other, it is not the actual physical exertion that's the problem. It's the mental aspect of it, right? It is an exercise in mental toughness more than anything. So good luck, have fun. I love Shark Tanks. All right, we'll take a few more questions, and then Eve has to go to bed. Again, this is just going to be a very short little live stream to test out Go Live Together. So if you have questions for me or for Eve, let us know. What else do we have? I'm not seeing any questions pop up. Did the chat freeze? Did the chat die? Did everybody lose interest all of a sudden? Huh. Let's see. Happy Guy 69 Abel says, "I train in Jeet Kune Do, but not part of the cult. My coach is. Are Jeet Kune Do striking good for MMA?" The strikes that land are good for MMA. So if you're good at landing your strikes, then you will be good at striking for MMA. More specifically, landing your strikes in the context of MMA, because if you're just headhunting, going up high, it's going to be very easy for a good wrestler to shoot under you. So striking for MMA is a very different thing than just striking generally. What is my favorite martial art? Dude, I don't know. As somebody who regularly practices all of them, it's hard to say. Am I still in China? Yes, of course I am. Shazia Nadim says, "I'm having a bare knuckle match tomorrow. Share me some tips for landing only knuckles." Well, aim with your knuckles. Hard weapons against soft targets. This is a very important thing. If you're going bare knuckle and you're landing your knuckles against hard bones, you're going to hurt your knuckles, right? Hard weapons. This is a hard weapon against soft targets. So aim for the soft, squishy bits. The eyes, the nose, the side of the chin, because that's going to shift and move. Here, right? Here, floating rib, liver, there, body shots. Make sure you're good at setting up body shots. Oh, wow. Brave Little Spidey sends in a super chat and says, "Eve, use this to go to the theater to watch a movie and miniature golfing." Okay, wow. Brave Little Spidey has sent Eve $20. Eve is amazed. All right. Shall do. We'll have a day out. Thanks, Brave Little Spidey. Very generous. Okay. We have another question from Eve from Very Appropriate Content, who says, "What does Eve think about fighting sports?" Eve, what do you think about fighting sports?
Well, I really liked when we went to Thailand and watched that guy beat a bunch of guys up. It was really entertaining. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, we went to Rajadamnern Stadium in Bangkok when we were there, visiting my brother who lives in Bangkok. Yeah, Eve liked Muay Thai a lot more than I thought she would. But yeah. Any other thoughts about the Muay Thai event in Bangkok that you went to? Would you do it again?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked it.
And the music.
The music.
Yes.
Yeah, Rajadamnern Stadium is like way different than um, than Lumpini Boxing Stadium as far as presentation, because Lumpini is very traditional. They play like the traditional hornpipes and the drums, and it's super loud. And the Rajadomnum, it was very modern. They played like, basically hip hop walkout music. They skipped the Y Crew Rum Y for the most part. So, um, very different type of presentation. A lot more Western, a lot less Thai, but still Muay Thai at the end of the day. Lucas Killian says, "Do you watch any anime? If so, what is your favorite? I can highly recommend Jujutsu Kaisen. Thanks for everything." Um, I don't really watch like any Japanese cartoons for the most part. Um, I mean, I I'm a big fan of a lot of the Studio Ghibli films, like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, if that counts as anime, because those are Japanese cartoons, sure. So I've enjoyed those movies. What about you, Eve? Do you watch anime?
I've seen some clips of animes and some edits. It looks really cool, but I've never really watched it.
Yeah. Does does anything really grab your attention? Is there any like anime that you really want to see?
Not really.
Hmm.
But Demon Slayer seems cool. My friend, she has talked about Demon Slayer, and it looks very interesting about like fighting demons.
Demon Slayer. Yeah, I've heard about that. Mostly because I've seen like a ton of people cosplaying as characters. I have no idea what the thing is about, but I've seen a ton of people online cosplaying as Demon Slayer characters. So yeah. Oh, Spooka says, "Do you know what happened to Red Chucks?" I do actually. A ton of people have been asking about our friend Red Chucks, also known as Swolverine. Um, Last I heard, and this was several months ago, he got arrested. I don't have all of the details, and ended up in jail. So that's all I know. So that's the story. I know I've got a ton of comments asking this question, so I don't know how to contact him or anything like that. So I wish I knew more. Okay. Oh wow, we got a ton of questions all of a sudden. Another question for Eve from Robert Sutherland, who says, "Eve, what subject in school interests you the most?"
So it's most likely history because of my history teacher. Then it's Chinese and English. And the teacher, he's like okay, but his voice is very like from that. You said like the intro of something.
Yeah. Wait, which
What is
teacher?
it called then?
The Chinese teacher?
English teacher.
Oh, the English teacher. Does he sound like he wants to be a radio announcer?
Hmm? What's a
D-
radio?
d- oh well. Oh, that's right. You've never listened to the radio before. Back in olden times, radios were these devices that we would use to listen to music and people talking before they invented TVs and screens and iPhones and all these gizmos we have today. So radio announcers would generally speak with like a loud booming voice like, "Hey everybody, welcome to
Yes,
whatever radio
that's how
station
it
this
sounds like.
is." And yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's a question from Klaus Mickelson, who says, "Do you believe that 90% of kung fu is wrestling?" Okay, look, there are over 400 different Chinese martial arts styles and systems. Some of them are 100% wrestling. Some of them are 0% wrestling. Some of them are an eclectic variety of techniques, including striking and wrestling. Some of them are fighting with weapons. Some of them are breathing exercises and meditation. So, yeah, there's no one martial art called kung fu. Kung fu is not a martial art. Gong fu means an attainment of great skill in any field, not just martial arts. You can attain gong fu in cooking, in language acquisition, in YouTubing, in whatever, right? So, take for example, Beijing Northern Jacketed Wrestling, colloquially known as Shuaijiao, which means wrestling, is 100% wrestling. So, there you go. Okay. So SBV says, why is my daughter here? Once again, we're just testing out the go live together function. We're going to give this maybe 1 more minute answer, maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then it will be bedtime for Eve and she'll have to go. And maybe we'll do this again another time. So Will Keto 96 says, how do you get your kids into martial arts? And as a kid, what do you enjoy about them? So this is a great question. Eve, how can we get you into martial arts? Because when you were really little, you were like super interested in training with me, and you love doing arm bars and stuff. And like now you're like, I got other stuff going on, Dad. So what would get you interested in martial arts, Eve?
I honestly don't know. Mostly arm.
Mostly arm bars. So if I let you arm bar me more, then you'd train with me more often?
I don't know. I want to go to their classes sometimes, but like, I just want some free time too.
Free time. Everybody wants their free time. As I always say, we must choose our sacrifice in life. And if we want to get out there and train, we've got to sacrifice other interests such as free time. So that's a great question. You can't just force somebody to be interested in something. Like I love martial arts. I'm super passionate about it. Eve is super passionate about a lot of things that are not martial arts related. And so if I like forced Eve, like, Eve, you're coming to the gym with me, let me force this martial arts down your throat, she would probably resent it and be like, Dad, I hate martial arts. I never want to do this stuff again. So that's specifically why I haven't done that. All right, let's take 1 more question and then Eve has to go. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, Robert Sutherland was a radio announcer for 25 years. Interesting. Cool. All right, who has the last question? Why is my bald head so beautiful? Eve, do you think my bald head is beautiful?
Yes, I've seen pictures with you in hair, and you should have shaved it off a long.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this last night actually, because we did a skit where I was wearing a wig, and she said, Dad, you look so weird with hair, man. Like never grow hair again, something like that. So could you elaborate on that, Eve?
Beards.
What's that?
I'll only accept beards. You'll
only accept beards. Okay. So Eve thinks I look super weird with hair. Maybe it's just a bad wig, but all right. So that is all the time we have for this testing out the Go Live Together function for educational purposes podcast with my daughter Eve. Wait, there's 1 more question specifically for Eve. Brave little Spidey wants to know, Eve, do you eat pizza with pineapple?
Wow.
Pepperoni and pineapple is good.
I'm sorry, I just hate pizza.
Can you believe it? Eve hates pizza. I know, right? I know. So that settles the debate over, do you put pineapple on pizza? As far as Eve is concerned, you don't eat pizza at all. She just doesn't like it. Again, she grew up in China. She's got very Chinese tastes, a very Chinese palate. So yeah, she's not a big fan of pizza. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Now get out there and train.
Goodbye.